Hi everyone, welcome to our Taurus reading for March 2021. This is going to be for Taurus Sun, Moon, or Rising. This is for those who are intuitively guided to the reading. You're not sure why. Guarantee you'll have signs here for you, messages for you. So thank you for paying attention to your intuition. And some of you here are checking on a Taurus's energy, so know that your guides know that, and you will probably also receive messages. So, let's go ahead and begin. We're going to use our Mother Mary Oracle deck to begin with. We'll let a card or two come out, and then we'll read it from the book at the end, and you'll be amazed at how they tie in, and really how important the words are at the end. You know, I say that if you are still here in 10 minutes, try to stick around to the end, because I feel like that is where our answers are at. That is where our guidance is at. I don't know. Okay. Let's begin. You know, I was just thinking, I have my grandson Joey is a Taurus, and he is really the only one who is on that side of the calendar. Everyone else is like late summer and then fall. We have prayer. Instead of worrying, I pray about the situation to bring about real solutions. Prayer. It's like Mother Mary praying over this child. Bring us down a little bit. Okay. Alright, let's bring in the Tarot of Dreams. The doggy over there going a little nuts. So I may have to close my window. I open it because it's really quite nice today. Excuse me 1 second. Let me close the window. Okay. Okay, so we'll move that right over there. And let's begin with the tarot portion. Turn these around. We open with the Chariot. Card of Cancer. I just did Cancer's reading. And then we have the World. Beautiful. So 2 major arcanas. Both talk about movement in a positive nature, in a positive way. The Chariot to me is oftentimes the reward that comes after, you know, myself, or just about a partnership. The two of us have done some shadow work, and you know, it's like a spiritual congratulations to, I don't know, I feel like in the Chariot you can really soar with that energy, and it's kind of mind over matter type energy. 3 swords. Interesting. And then we have the 8 of Swords. Interesting. So, 2 very different types of energy. This could talk about two separate people because, you know, I have the Three of Swords that then moves into the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords we get all the time. It's self-created energy. It's walls that we build around us. It's the fear that, you know, of getting hurt again. It's all that. So I build some kind of protection around myself. You know, it's funny because she's like hanging on to that moon or the world in a way, or the earth, and kind of like stopping it from spinning. And it's showing it's directly related to pain, right? Pain of the heart. Swords can also be pain of the mind, right? I replay something over and over and over and over again. So, two very different energies. See what's going on here. You know, I feel like to enter into the world chapter of your life, which I often feel is usually the best chapter. It does have a requirement, and that requirement is that you have balance within yourself. And what that really means is, you know, you have to understand you have this shadow aspect of yourself, and you have this light aspect of yourself. You know, the Three of Swords moving to the Eight of Swords is more in the shadow aspect. Though again, we all understand why, but it doesn't help us in life, really, because it's like she's stopping her world from moving. And why would you not want to move out of this energy, right? Like, this is about understanding that don't keep yourself in this energy. If you know, it's like opportunity to move out of it. Almost like she's she's trying to climb to the top of the world. But as she does so, you know, she's getting pierced here and there. So, you know, this may be you trying to climb to the top of your world, and here and there, it's like these stabs come. But nonetheless, I feel like don't let that stop you from climbing to the top because you have the world here. And in the world, I mean, it's a very spiritual time of life. It's a very freeing time of life also. Why? Well, because these walls are no longer there. We have the Knight of Cups. So, Cancer, Scorpio, Gemini, doesn't have to be. It's coming under Cancer's energy. This Knight is about bringing in a cup of fulfillment to you. Is looking at the past. Okay. We have the Knight of Pentacles. And boy, do I love that. So behind this Knight of Cups is the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is a very grounded energy. And I feel like this energy is grounding this Knight of Cups energy. So, you know, usually emotional, right? Emotions, emotional fulfillment, that type of thing. And it maybe my fear is that I go a little haywire. But the Knight of Cups behind it is like, I don't know, it just feels like a real grounding behind whatever this Knight of Cups has to offer. We have the Hangman, makes sense, right? Coming into the Three of Swords. We have the Moon, card of Pisces. Sometimes it's the card of the unknown. Things feeling like they're kind of in a shadow. We have Justice, card of Libra. So you got a lot of major arcanas here. We have the Nine of Pentacles, beautiful. We have the Knight of Swords. So you're getting all the knights, right? The knights are about completing a mission. You know, they're sent from the king or the queen to go complete a mission. The swords can be, you know, the knight, or I'm sorry, the king wants communication, and the Knight goes before it, right? Sets it up, or what have you, or delivers the communication. This Knight of Pentacles, this is about something that's coming into your physical world. So I know it's coming into your physical world. But the Hangman's here. Like, this block of energy makes complete sense. I have the Hangman under the Three of Swords, which is next to the Eight of Swords. And why did I create the Eight of Swords? Because I'm fearful of the unknown. Right? Why? Because I don't want to get my heart broke again. So I protect myself from that. And that is what you do, right? Those walls that we create, they become, because we created them, we have to also uncreate them. Nobody else can do it for us. And, what I like about the Hangman is the Hangman is seeking wisdom for his next step. He's seeking awareness, the truth. Awareness to me is like that truth. And then we have the Two of Pentacles. Interesting. Let's see what we have in the bottom of the deck. Look at this. We have the Ten of Wands. So, Ten of Wands is a period in my life where it's been heavy. It feels like a lot of responsibilities. Some of these responsibilities I take on of others that it is by my own choosing, which means I didn't have to. I chose it. Neither right nor wrong. It's just the weight of it, right? And often feeling the Ten of Wands like, I'm at my limit. I'm pretty close to my limit here. So, maybe this is where the prayer factor comes in. So what do? I turn it over to God. What else can I do? Right in the Ten of Wands, what else can I do? I have to turn it over. And because, your prayers are heard. Your prayers are answered. The one thing we have to realize is they may not be answered in the way that we think is best for us, but more in what divine thinks is best for us, and ultimately it is the best for us. So they have free will, right? You have free will. So like the Hangman, how long can the Hangman stay there? I guess as long as the Hangman wants to, right? As long as the Hangman wants to. But he is not there without purpose. He is there seeking wisdom directly over that Three of Swords. King of Cups below that. He may or may not apply in this reading, but I feel like I had to talk, at least bring up his name. Again, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. This could have been in that Ten of Wands, like someone that you loved that, like, I don't know, sometimes shows the right action in the beginning as all lovey-dovey, and then almost then turns around and shows the opposite. Where they become flirty with other people, and it's like, sowing seeds of doubt. And it's too bad, right? It is too bad. But I also feel like, somewhere along that road, there were red signs sent to you. There were warning signs. That's your gut, right? And some people chose not to listen to that. That's okay, neither right nor wrong. Just means the experience continues. Okay. However, with the Chariot beginning your reading and then the World, this tells me that many of you have already or are coming out of the energy of Ten of Wands. Sometimes Ten of Wands can take care of everybody else except for myself. This could talk about, like, I'm thinking like nurses and doctors and hospital staff and teachers, and all those have been like really overwhelmed with energy, tough energy, but yet a sense of responsibility too at the same time. I feel like it's lightening up, like it's gonna lighten up. I feel like we're on the right track with this coronavirus. You know, wherever you stand with that, I'm just telling you what I feel right now. Like we're on the right track. We have to just, you know. Anyway. Well, we have the Ace of Wands. I have to say, this Ace of Wands is coming out in a lot of readings in the beginning of the reading. So I almost feel like this is something universal that's happening. You know, this Ace of Wands is about the opportunity to begin a path that's really built upon your desires and what you're passionate about. And it's a good thing, I feel like. You know, I feel like, you know, as you focus upon your path, and I feel like the ace is starting at you. Who knows what's to come, right? But, you know, if I stay in the light as much as I can, which you certainly have the ability here, I just feel like it proves to be exciting. I don't know. Let's keep going. Well, we have Judgment. Judgment also showing up in a lot of readings. You know, Judgment is about a call to attention. It asks for a rebirth. And I feel like that's within ourselves, right? I mean, what could it possibly be wanting you to have a rebirth from? Well, it's clear. The Three of Swords attached to the Eight of Swords, right? Past heartache, past, you know, these swords piercing your heart at least 3 times, let's say. And therefore, you know, I react out of that energy and create, you know, I hate to keep calling it a wall because what it feels like is layers of protection. What I feel is protection. And maybe it does protect you, right? It protects you from outside forces, so to speak. But, you know, is that what you want? Because I feel quite the opposite energy here. This is where I'm looking at a new spark that Judgment is saying is coming, right? Coming over the world. It's time. There's a next chapter opening up. You know, look at that. 2021. You know, like this is the year. This is the year. So, and it feels like, you know, it's even a message like whatever comes towards you, whatever's coming towards you, if you come more from the Chariot energy, is very rooted and grounded, even though for some it's love too. Some it's business. Like it's an opportunity to set that spark in motion. Some of you may have something to do with a law degree. It can be many different things. Some of you, it's opening up this spiritual portal, and therefore, Nine of Pentacles. You know, it's almost like this is how I build my pentacles. This is my creativity becomes my career, so to speak. Anyway, now we have the moon. So the moon over the Three of Swords, you know, and I have to say, I feel like the universe is saying, you know, can I guarantee you that you'll never have your heart broken again? Of course I can. And one of the main reasons I can't is because I can't control how you act and how you react, right? That comes from self. You know what I mean? So I just feel like, I just feel like it is what it is. That seemed kind of tough, right? Anyway, let's see what comes beside it. Some of you, the moon is the card of Pisces, the ruler of Cancer. We have the Queen of Pentacles. So this can be you, Taurus, another Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. We have the Page of Pentacles. There could be a mother and child here, and in a way you feel like maybe you're protecting the child. But I have to say, I feel like whoever this page is, I feel like if it's attached to me in some way, what I'm doing, because my energy is stronger as the queen, is they then are living in my Eight of Swords. So my self-created energy, they now become part of it now. What does that mean? Well, it means that this page, whoever it is, chances are that's the belief system that they are going to take on because that's what they're feeling and that's what they're seeing. And therefore, especially if it's like a mother and a child, it's like, they're becoming you, but within this Eight of Swords energy. So I think that's important to know that. And otherwise, I don't know. I feel like also this page could even be like your younger self. Almost like I built my life on these swords, right? On the tippy tops of these swords because that's what I had to do. Okay, let's keep going. We have the Nine of Swords. Wow. Dang it. And we have the Ace of Cups. So, first of all, I love that this Ace of Cups is coming over this Knight of Pentacles. Because again, this is energy that you can trust. This can be guardian energy, guardian angel energy, helping to bring that pentacle to you. This pentacle has taken time, right? Part of the lesson with this Knight is patience. And I feel like earlier, where was that picture where I felt like you were climbing to the top of the moon? Almost like this becomes your ladder. So anyways, Ace of Cups is touching also the world. So this is talking about some type of cup of fulfillment. Right here, the Knight promised that, right? And right here it is. What comes before that, though? The Nine of Swords. Alright, so, the Nine of Swords. That means that maybe we didn't overcome the energy of the Eight of Swords, right? So we move into the Nine of Swords energy. Now, this is the energy where we start to really feel those walls that we thought was protecting us, and we start to feel anxious. There may be a decision with this Two of Pentacles. But within this energy, this is me playing something over and over and over in my mind, directly related, it feels like, to love, coming over the Knight of Cups. But the Nine of Swords talks about unnecessary worry. So I can be creating something in my thoughts that I then blow up into a story that then just becomes my truth. I feel like I need to go back here real quick and say, just be careful, like what you say about, like your children's father, or their mother type of thing, because, I don't know. It just feels like undue stress put upon, maybe a child. Okay, but it's because of where I feel like the mother may be or the father may be, the energy that they're in. Anyway, So the Nine of Swords can certainly turn into depression. You know, I'm just fearing the swords from all directions. She's crossing her heart. You know, she's trying to definitely protect her heart. So here she is again in this energy. You know, the Eight of Swords has to be there. Those are those walls of protection we thought we built. But then the Nine of Swords pops through. It's almost like I don't know, like if you overfill a balloon, you know it's going to pop eventually, right? And I'm living through those stages of I know it's going to pop any minute. I know it's going to pop any minute. But nonetheless, here's the Ace of Cups. Here it is. And it's attached to some beautiful energy. And then it's attached on each side of it by blocking energy. I shouldn't laugh. I don't know. Sometimes I think we have to laugh at ourselves and the things that we do, right? And things that we think. All right, let's look at this Hangman. We have the Seven of Wands. Interesting. Seven of Wands is that energy of feeling like you need to defend yourself. But why? Like against that Ace of Cups, almost like you've been defending these Aces of Cups off, been knocking them away. If this cup looks bigger than you. Anyway, it looks also like, you know, if I feel like I'm in defensive energy, and only you know that, and it can be like through your communication, it's, you know, it's again showing you why. It's touching the Three of Swords. The moon is over that, so, you know, there's still the shadow that's cast upon that. I feel like it's because of that Eight of Swords. Let's see. We have the Hierophant. Beautiful. So, you know, touching the Eight of Swords, first of all, this says, take a look at your belief system, at the belief system you've created for yourself. Is it truly yours, or is it the belief system of someone else, or everyone else, but your own true belief system? Getting strong within that, again, number one, and you know, first and foremost, is that. You know, it's like clearing the cobwebs away of things and thoughts and things said that truly do not matter. Just do not matter. And the Hierophant is like rising above that. Also card of Taurus. So it directly connects you to this energy. We have the Three of Cups. We have the Ace of Swords. We have the King of Swords coming over the Knight of Swords. This could be someone who has matured from the Knight to the King. And then look at this. We have the Wheel. We have Destiny. Coming right under the Hierophant's energy, right? First of all, that's blessed. To me, that talks about a blessed time. You have all the movement moving forward. You have Judgment calling you to your present moment. And that means, like, as much as I can let go of these swords over here, it's time for me to do it. Even if I'm uncertain what it brings me, listen, one thing it's going to bring you is a feeling of lightness, feeling so much lighter, which helps you to then follow the flow, go with the flow, right? When we carry all the crap of the past, it's like we're trudging along. But when we learn to, right, just get rid of it, what doesn't belong, we let it go. We let it fall away. We rise above it. And I don't know. I just feel like, how can this be bad? Okay. So we have the Ace of Swords coming over the Nine of Pentacles. You know, some of you may in some way receive communication from someone. It may be like while you are lost at work, lost within your work, or you may find someone on a similar path, like the Page and the Queen up there. You know, like-minded, and therefore like following a similar path right now. But something's moving towards that. You know, the Nine of Pentacles, I just have to say also, especially with the Knight of Pentacles, you know, bringing that ace in. This is really a good time for your career, your craft, what you're trying to build. You know, focus on it, and it's going to grow. This is a great time, like, you know, like the Ace of Cups, love and judgment is pouring right down over it. It's almost like, you know, for some of you, it may feel like the next chapter, but maybe it's time for the next chapter. Whatever that means. Communication, I have a feeling for some of you. And it may be talking about your own journey, how you overcame the Nine of Swords, the Eight of Swords. It's almost like this page can be like an apprentice. Anyway, I want to look at this Nine of Swords over this Knight of Cups. I got to look at, and then I'm going to look at the Hangman on the other side, because I want to know, like, how to move beyond that block. Okay, we got a lot, but we're going to take them. Okay, these are all in reverse. We have the Nine of Cups. Interesting. You know, changing my perspective from the Nine of Swords to the Nine of Cups. You know, what am I searching for? I'm searching for the joy within myself, and that's where it's at. That's where it's at. Especially if you are lucky enough to have some type of craft that you can create from. I feel like it's that alone is a beautiful type energy. I feel like anytime we're in our creative stages, the universe is just feeding us more and more and more. So anyways, from the Nine of Swords to the Nine of Cups, it's a different perspective. Nine of Cups, I'm thankful for what I have, right? Gratitude. We have the Page of Cups. We have the Queen of Cups. Interesting. And I'm really only looking at that Nine of Swords, keeping in mind everything else. We have the Eight of Cups. We have the Devil, card of Capricorn. We have the Three of Pentacles. And then we have the Four of Pentacles. Some of you, this is talking about doing something out of your home. And I feel like, you know, if it's something you love and you're questioning whether you should do it, I feel like the answer is yes. I feel like some of you have gained a real perspective on to help maybe others who are either dealing with someone who is maybe like a narcissist or abusive in some way. I feel like some of you are, you know, you come along the path and in some way like diffuse. Some of you, you know, this is a path to learn how to put down the protection of the Eight of Swords. and control like what I think about, and not allow it to go rampant like in the Nine of Swords, because then I can move into, I mean, nothing looks good in the Nine of Swords, and I can become anxious. I'm not sleeping, all that. Can't turn my head off. So, it is 9, so I do need to reflect upon it. And what I need to reflect upon is what makes me keep doing it, what makes me move into that energy. Do I have to learn, let's say from the Seven of Swords, when to cut the energy versus allowing it to grow? So, I'm not sure what that means, um, but I gotta put it out there. Okay, and then I just want to look at the other side. Well, well, well. We have the Page of Swords. We have Justice. Look at this, we have Four of Wands. I don't know, some of you who were married may be coming back together. There may be an opportunity, that's if you want it. But I feel like when the Four of Wands shows up, it's asking energy from us. And the energy it's asking is the energy to be able to be in a committed relationship and allow it to grow, right? Without bringing these swords with it. Doesn't mean it can't make it, but it adds a lot that doesn't need to be there, because this itself grows and flourishes, right? These are two people who, even looks like a small family, who truly want to make a commitment to each other. And you have justice beside them. For some, there may be talk of divorce. Maybe you did divorce. It doesn't necessarily have to be that you were married. But the Hierophant seems, I have Taurus and Libra right there. Taurus with the Pentacles above that, the Queen and the Page. But nonetheless, I feel like the Hierophant's giving a blessing over this Four of Wands. So justice to me is a couple different things. Some of you may have cut the ties to this relationship previously. It may be coming back around. Truly up to you if you want it. But if you think that you do, whether this is new or someone coming back, it's saying, here's the energy that would serve you to let it go. It's only going to serve you to let it go. And if you end up in the Nine of Swords energy, fearing new opportunity, because remember, you have the Ace of Wands, something stimulating is coming into your world. Nine of Swords says, take it slow. If you think back, the red flags were sent to you before. It's just that it's almost like, I don't want to say you missed them, but you dismissed them. And that's okay. Nothing wrong with it. But when you have a clear mind in the present moment, think of the Hermit in this deck where it's illuminating the snake. It's like you'll be able to see the snake before the snake can bite you. But it's always going to be personal choice. What do you do from that moment? Not that I know that that's even a problem. I'm just saying it's learning to trust yourself, trust your spiritual discernment, trust divine. Try to let go of the Nine of Swords, because it can truly move into depression and isolation and that type of thing. So, I don't know, reach out. Okay, what do we have down here? I don't even know that I looked at it. So we have the Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups is doing exactly that. I am getting my emotional house in order. Why? So I can move beyond it. So I can move into the Nine of Cups energy. Remember before I felt like you were seeking joy? Well, in the Nine of Cups, you find it, right? But it's also a mindset. You know, it's also physical, but a mindset, so to speak. Um, and in the Three of Pentacles energy, coming over this Nine of Pentacles, I just want to say this is the energy where other people really appreciate your perspective, your craft. They see your uniqueness to it, to the world, type of thing. There's a lot of appreciation in this energy. And a lot of times you find your click, right? Like, where do I click in here? And then the gears start working. So, and some of you, it is from your home, and that's okay, right? That's what I do. And I kind of love it, to be honest. Um, so anyway, I think I kind of got to leave it there. You have the energy of destiny here, right? But ultimately, your choice with the Two of Pentacles underneath it. And I feel like what it's saying is when this ace comes about, try to find yourself as grounded as possible. As possible, right? Because this talks about what's coming on your destined path, and the Four of Wands is part of it. And justice is also about making you whole again, making you feel whole again. Eight of Swords and Nine of Swords, you weren't feeling whole. You were feeling like there are a million holes in you. Justice is like plugging them up, making you whole again. And, I don't know. After that comes the Four of Wands, and that is where, this is that true commitment. You know, this is the baby, where have you been? Type energy. This is knowing that you're with the right person. And then making that commitment, right? That commitment. And that commitment has to also mean willing to, we're not going to split if something hard comes along. No, these two people, they're now going through life together. Together. So, I guess, will you move that way? We start with the Chariot. That's finding that balance with you. Here is that Ace of Wands. Boom. The universal spark, your ancestors saying, it's soon, right? Present moment, time for a rebirth. That means a refresh, right? It's like rebooting your computer and getting rid of the crap, getting rid of all the cookies. Because judgment is attached to this Ace of Cups, and it's included in this next chapter, no doubt. So, I think I'll leave it there and let you guys let me know what you think. Which I so appreciate your comments. It really clears a lot up for me. Thanks as always, guys. Thanks for your donations, which is allowing me to keep these videos ad-free, the way you prefer them and the way I prefer them too. Thank you for your likes, your shares, your subscribes. So grateful. Just grateful to have you all as part of the channel, and welcome to anyone's new. I hope you found what you needed to hear today, and I don't know, welcome to the family. Alright guys, I will see you in the reads. Bye-bye.